You're now ready for Simplifying Radicals Part 2. You'll notice from the date, which is 4/8/2010, as compared to the first date, which was March of 2010, a lot of time has gone by in the class I originally wrote this for between Part 1 and Part 2. That's why you'll notice that I included a lot of the same information on this sheet that I included on the one that they saw before, except you just saw it 5 minutes ago and they saw it a month earlier. So you can ignore all this cute stuff that I put over here, reminding you about decimal places and reminding you about rounding. And let's jump right over to skill number 2, simplifying radicals. And again, I reminded you about rad 18. Here we are with rad 18 at the top, and the tree with the beautiful rad 9 making 3, and the 3 rad 2 that we got before, except now I'm going to make a number that needs a double tree. And again, I'm making this video for people who want to keep it simple. If you want to keep it simple, then we're going to make a rule that we always use simple square roots for our tree, and if one square root doesn't work, we'll go for a second one. So here's how rad 72 works. As we said before, there are other ways to simplify a radical, and if you like using shortcuts, please continue to do so. For the people who want to keep it simple, no pun intended, because we are simplifying, here's how you would do rad 72. I started with rad 9 and rad 8 because most people think of 9 times 8 equals 72 first. And again, I chose 9 because it was a perfect square root. And I crossed out rad 9 and made it into a 3. The difference is that rad 8 is not finished, the same way rad 2 was finished up here. Rad 2 has no perfect squares in it. Actually, it's a prime. It has nothing in it but 2 and 1. But rad 8 is not only not a prime, but it has a perfect 4 inside the rad 8 as a factor. So because rad 8 wasn't finished, I split rad 8 into rad 4 times rad 2. And now, because this is a multiplication tree, everything is multiplication here, I now have to finish the problem by linking rad 3 times rad 2 and making it into a 6, and the rad 2 stays a rad 2. So rad 72 is 3 times 2 times rad 2, which is 6 rad 2. And again, in that cute little calculator over here, I showed you how rad 72 was this decimal, and 6 rad 2 is the same decimal. So although rad 72 and 6 rad 2 are the same number, 6 rad 2 is considered simplified. If you're very good at noticing changes, you'll notice that inside my cute little box down here at the bottom of column 1, I did include a little reminder that although the original sheet had only one perfect square inside of it, like 18 and 28, now we're going to include numbers with 2 perfect squares. And don't I wish I had a drum, because if I did, I'd bang on it right now. And of course, I'm still Flamenhaft. Not only will there be numbers that have 2 perfect square roots, but there may be numbers that don't have any. Let's see where that takes us. Here I gave you all sorts of numbers like rad 48 and rad 180 that have more than one perfect square inside of them. You can use your calculator to find out if 4 goes in evenly into 48, and you can use 4 in your tree. And then if the number that remains after you use 4, which is going to be 12, has another perfect square in it, it has a 4, you can make a second tree for 12 with the 4. Just remember that this is a multiplication tree and that you're going to be multiplying all the numbers you make in your tree by whatever radical is left at the end. And when you look at a number like 155, although your first natural inclination is to try 25 because it ends in 5, it's not even, so 4 won't go in. And if you add up the digits 5 plus 5 plus 1, they come out to 11, so 9 doesn't go in. So you might want to try 25, but in the end, when 25 doesn't work, the only number to try is 5, and you'll notice that this factor tree has 2 primes in it, and since primes don't have perfect squares, for the tree, this is the one that cannot be simplified. So you try the rest of them and see how you do. The answer key is at the end. As you can see, I didn't lie. Rad 155 cannot be simplified, and if you give a quick peek, you'll notice that all the others can. So see if you can make trees. Those of you who know how to make shortcut trees, please go right ahead and do them. For those of you, again, who want to keep it simple, make trees using 4s and 9s and 25s and see how that works out. Good luck.